Angel Reese is the villain, Caitlin Clark is the hero, and Angel Reese continued to play into it last night by getting ejected, and it's almost like it's all scripted. This is perfect.
Angel Reese faced the repercussions of her actions after reportedly being sued by the Chicago Sky for using steroids. Her choices not only betrayed her teammates but also tarnished the reputation of the entire league. In a desperate and unlawful attempt to boost her performance, she resorted to banned substances. Ironically, these efforts didn't even pay off. Her statistics stayed unimpressive despite the unfair advantage. Reports also suggest that her coach, Teresa Weatherspoon, may have been connected to the scandal. Reese's downfall was striking, revealing just how far she had fallen in both integrity and performance.
The addiction is real. The addiction to attention is real.
Angel Reese's envy toward Caitlin Clark is clear, but it was her own greed and desperation that ultimately derailed her career. Now, the Chicago Sky is dealing with intense criticism, weighed down by the fallout from one costly choice. Angel, the responsibility lies with you alone, and the repercussions are only just beginning.
Angel Reese said, hey, she'll play the villain role. Kennedy Carter certainly embraces that as well. Chad, right after we're discussing Angel Reese and the villain in the storyline and the plot that brings eyeballs to the product of Caitlin Clark on tour across the WNBA. She's ejected for the first time in her WNBA career.
Angel Reese's career is collapsing more quickly than anyone expected, and the responsibility rests squarely on her shoulders. Let's break down the fiasco. Her breakdown was intense, even tearful, as she spoke about how coach Teresa Weatherspoon had been her guiding force. Yet, in a surprising twist, she's now implicating Weatherspoon in the scandal. One moment she's praising her mentor. The next, she's accusing her of involvement in steroid use. This wasn't a minor slip-up. Reese was reportedly caught using EPO and anabolic steroids, powerful substances that can significantly boost endurance and muscle mass. This isn't simple bad judgment. It's deliberate cheating. Now at the center of this controversy, Reese has found herself in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. What was once a promising career has been overshadowed by shame.
Angel Reese is stirring this up, so while she doesn't... Angel Reese always comes off as the victim.
The backlash has been swift and widespread, with both fans and media questioning whether Angel Reese ever possessed genuine talent or if her career had been built on performance-enhancing substances from the beginning. Her reputation now lies in shambles, much like her once criticized, inconsistent jump shot. The Chicago Sky acted quickly, suspending her as soon as the steroid allegations surfaced, only intensifying the storm of controversy surrounding her.
She got terminated today from the Chicago Sky.
The team was already struggling, but now the locker room has descended into chaos. While Angel Reese isn't solely to blame, she's been directing accusations toward coach Teresa Weatherspoon, the very person she once described as a guiding influence. Some speculate Weatherspoon may have encouraged Reese's steroid use in response to the team's poor performance. Ultimately, though, the responsibility falls on Reese. This wasn't casual experimentation. She was fully engaged in using EPO and anabolic steroids, both strictly prohibited in the WNBA. Her career has taken a sharp downturn, with months of speculation confirmed by positive test results. The fallout was immediate. Suspension, harsh criticism from fans, and the sobering possibility that her career could end, not from injury, but from the decision to cheat instead of competing cleanly. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks.
But there's nothing about her game that's really interesting that is going to translate to people who may not watch the WNBA.
Speaking of competition, let's turn to Caitlin Clark, a player who proves she doesn't need performance enhancers to dominate the game. Whether pulling up from beyond the arc or driving inside for an easy layup, Clark delivers. While Angel Reese struggled to average 11.5 points and 9.2 rebounds, many of which came from her own missed shots, Clark was thriving with 20 points per game, routinely shattering assist records and controlling the court with ease.
WNBA has been around a couple of decades, and people didn't notice the game. They're noticing it now. Well, that's because of Caitlin Clark, not Angel Reese.
Reese appeared sluggish next to Caitlin Clark, whose standout performances only intensified the pressure. Instead of stepping up, Reese made the worst possible choice, turning to steroids. Her already underwhelming stats, including her so-called double-doubles, became meaningless under the shadow of banned substances. Even with the illicit boost, she couldn't save the Chicago Sky, who ended with a disappointing 13-27 record. The team was already in trouble, and Reese's scandal only deepened the crisis. Her personal numbers lost all credibility, and the controversy didn't just derail her career, it poured fuel on an already raging fire for the Chicago Sky, worsening their fragile state.
Would Angel Reese prematurely end her rookie season to spare herself the embarrassment of losing Rookie of the Year to Caitlin Clark?
The media eagerly highlighted the stark contrast between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. While Clark was celebrated as the WNBA's Golden Star, drawing unprecedented attention with her raw talent, Reese leaned into the role of the villain in a bid to remain relevant. Instead, she became a league-wide punchline. Clark, relying solely on skill without performance enhancers or off-court drama, continued to shine, further distancing herself from Reese's downfall.
Angel Reese needs Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark does not need Angel.
Reese's desperation to remain relevant led her to embrace the villain persona, hoping it would keep her in the spotlight. Instead, the only spotlight on her now exposes her downfall. The team was already underperforming, and her scandal only magnified the collapse. To make matters worse, Coach Teresa Weatherspoon was pulled into the controversy, with allegations that she may have encouraged Reese to use steroids in an effort to boost the team's weak performance. If true, it marks a new level of disgrace. A coach urging a player to cheat is nothing short of pathetic.
Angel Reese and her coach, former coach I should say, Teresa Weatherspoon. We had all heard a few weeks ago that the Chicago Sky said goodbye to Teresa Weatherspoon, saying that it was time to, quote, make a change.
When the dust settled, the locker room was in complete disarray. Trust had evaporated, morale had hit rock bottom, and no one wanted to share the court with a teammate who had not only cheated but dragged everyone else down in the process. Reese's actions destroyed what little unity the team had left, and the scandal didn't just end her career, it rattled the entire organization to its core.
Chicago Sky had major culture issue under fired head coach. That, of course, is Teresa Weatherspoon. First-year coach criticized for tailoring game plan to benefit Reese. And again, many of us could see it come.
Teresa Weatherspoon didn't escape the fallout either. She was dismissed alongside Angel Reese. This wasn't solely about the team's disappointing season record. The Chicago Sky wanted a complete reset. They had grown tired of the ongoing drama, dysfunction, and scandals, particularly those tied to Reese. The message was clear: no more chaos, no more distractions, and no more damage to the team's reputation. Reese's time with the Sky is officially over, and for the organization, the change couldn't come soon enough.
That Weatherspoon was tailoring the Sky's game around one or two players led to some serious dysfunction inside the locker room. Yeah.
Angel Reese's career is hanging by a thread, and the decline is accelerating. This wasn't just a misstep. She completely derailed her future by becoming entangled in a steroid scandal, leading to her suspension and eventual release from the Chicago Sky. Now, instead of being remembered for any talent she once displayed, her legacy is stained by cheating and controversy. The question isn't whether she'll stage a comeback, but whether any team would even consider signing her. With new, clean talent emerging in the WNBA, it's difficult to imagine anyone taking a chance on a player whose notoriety stems from scandal rather than skill.
She's pissed off because she's like, it's not just about one player. It's about me too. And it's like, wait, time out. I haven't even seen it yet. This is her.
Reese's rapid fall from rising star to complete disaster has been staggering. Her decline was swift, and it's hard to envision any path to redemption. Her reputation lies in ruins, and her prospects of returning to the WNBA are nearly non-existent. It's not just the suspension that's hurt her. Her entire legacy is now overshadowed by steroids and scandal. Fans have moved on, and the league has no interest in negative attention, especially as it gains momentum largely thanks to Caitlin Clark. In stark contrast, Clark is flourishing. She recently signed a $28 million deal with Nike, and while Reese is mired in controversy, Clark is laser-focused on dominating the court, solidifying herself as the new face of the WNBA. Brands are eager to align with Clark's clean, undeniable talent, while Reese lingers in the shadows, struggling to salvage the remnants of her shattered career.
But everybody had an opinion on Angel Reese, and Angel Reese is stirring this up. So while she doesn't, Angel Reese always comes off as the victim.
The Chicago Sky wasted no time cutting ties with Angel Reese, and it's hard to argue with the decision. Her role in a steroid scandal turned her into a public relations nightmare, making her a major liability for the organization. Reese's actions not only drew negative attention to herself but also threatened the integrity of the entire team. By releasing her, the Sky sent a clear message. They are ready to move forward and rebuild without the drama and controversy her presence would continue to generate. It was a necessary move for a team already battling its own struggles. After a poor season, Reese's steroid use only intensified the chaos, dragging down morale and making it nearly impossible for the organization to refocus. Her departure allows the Sky to finally put the scandal behind them and work toward restoring their reputation in the league. As for Reese, her future in professional basketball is uncertain. The shadow of the steroid scandal will likely follow her throughout what's left of her career, if she gets the chance to continue it at all. With the WNBA spotlighting young, clean talent, it's hard to see any team taking the gamble on a player whose legacy has been defined more by controversy than performance. Redemption, if it's even possible, will be an uphill battle.